welcome back to the Chat and Chill Quarantine podcast. We're still not linking up yet, so everybody's at home doing their things.
Yeah.
Shout out Joe. I forgot to do the real intro. My bad, Joe. But
I'll see how it is, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, today's background, we're in the club today, so.
Yeah. Were you sipping the water, Joe? Yeah.
Sipping on a little sign.
Swear down, actually.
So,
Okay. I'm sipping on fucking Kirkland spring water, man.
I got that watermelon juice with a shot of rum. You get me?
Jeez, have to keep it tropical. You know what I mean, man?
Listen, man. I might have to go to the kitchen in a second and pull up.
Pour yourself a little treat in that. Yeah?
I'm texting my little brother now. Still, I'm gonna text him quickly. Maybe a quick sip. If everybody's sipping, I need to be sipping too. So, anyway, we've got a special guest today on Zoom. Special guest. I was gonna say a special guest in the building, but I guess it's a special guest on Zoom.
In the cloud.
In the cloud. Depsoul in the building. What are you saying, Depsoul?
Not much, man. How you guys doing? You bless you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're all good. We're all
healthy,
good.
you know.
How are you keeping up during this quarantine situation?
You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. I'm cool, innit? Like, you know what it is? I'm never at home. Like, I'm in the studio till about 3 a.m. I come home, I sleep for a couple hours, I'm out, I've got to do something else. I'm either on set design for a film, or I'm like filming something, or I'm designing something, or photography. Yeah. I'm never usually at home. I'm always in the studio, out and about, doing something. And where I'm always creating something, all I need is my laptop and internet and a phone. Do you know what I mean? And I can do whatever I'm doing. So now that we're locked down, I've just been work as usual, like set up my mini studio at home, doing some video editing on the laptop, and then if I need some air, just go for a walk around the lake or around the boats and that. I'm fortunate to live near water and that, you know what I mean? So
okay. Light flex, I see that.
Yeah, I'm alright, you get me? But
doing well in life, I see you, man, I see you.
That was like 2 weeks ago, like, you get me? Now it started to get to me, like, because like, there's only so much you can stare at a screen for and be like, okay, and where the work environment is in my studio and bringing the work environment to home, it's like, okay, all right. And now I'm getting a bit antsy. I ain't gonna lie. I might slap somebody real quick.
Know how you feel, man.
It's got there real quick.
Nah, trust me, man. Trust me. I feel like for the first week, well, basically, quarantine was as fun as House Party lasted, if you know what about the app.
That's actually.
I didn't trust that app.
I didn't even think of it.
To download it. Everyone was telling me to download that app. I did not trust it. I'm like, that app came out of nowhere. Someone sat in there who developed that. I didn't trust it.
I'm telling you, I used it for like a week, and then the app died. No one cared about it, and then that's literally as much fun as I enjoyed it. Like, literally, quarantine was lit for like a week, and then now you start thinking, especially the people that aren't working, you start thinking about finances and this comes up. So you're like, shit.
Yeah.
This ain't actually as lit as it was 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But we got to talk about your new EP project. You calling it an EP or album, by the way?
I said it's an EP. It's only 7 tracks. I think it's an EP, man. More than 8 tracks is an album, man. So it's only 7 tracks.
Yeah. While you wait, the highly anticipated EP by Depsoul, which literally came out quite recently. Had to listen to it. I had to re-listen to it today. Me and Joe re-listened to it today.
Okay.
I think "Taken Me" is my favorite track from the EP.
You know what? I figured you might like that. I figured you'd like that track. You know, I figured you would like that track, innit?
Yeah, I think that's kind of like my vibe and a little singing thing and that. So that tune's hard. That tune's hard still. What inspired you to call it "While You Wait"? Like, why the name?
Basically, I came out with a project like about 5 years ago, probably up to 6 years or something like that, called The Prelude, which was an album, like 21 tracks. I dropped that. And then after The Prelude was meant to be an album called Transformer. And
yes, I remember that shit.
Yeah, Transformer was meant to come out after the prelude, but the album was done. The album was done, but I just didn't have the visual representation for the album, for the tracks I wanted. I'm like, nah, man, if I'm going to do a video for these songs, they need to be mad, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, let me pause that project, let me pull that project back for a bit, whilst the new technology is being built for the camera work that I want. Do you know what I mean? So I pulled that back and I thought, what can I do? Well, because people are waiting for Transformer. They're like, yo, I want Transformer. So I was like, let me give them something whilst they wait. So this is, you know what I mean? That's how the album got the title name. So this is something for you whilst you wait for Transformer, basically.
Okay, that's it. Yeah. And obviously, you did 7 tracks for Whilst You Wait. Obviously, you got Feelings with Vanetta, El Rey, Pirata, Free Flower Mountain, So Close, NFG, 10 Paces. I was listening to Feelings.
Yeah. Shout out to Vanetta, definitely, yeah. She sang well on that, man.
Talk to me a bit about Feelings, because it sounded like it was close to like you in a sense of the
Feelings was when I started writing Feelings when I how can I put this gently politically, basically some people pissing me off, yeah? Some people pissing me off, and I don't know why they were pissing me off. I don't know why they were angry with me or what I'd done to them, why they were coming at me in a certain way. And I was like, what is your beef, bro? Like, I've done nothing to you, yet you're coming at me with this negative attitude, negative energy. I don't really like it, and I don't need it in my life. You get me? Are you all up in your feelings right now, bro? You're in your feelings, you get me? Because you're acting like a little bitch. Like, so that's how it came about. And then obviously that was the main catalyst for the song. And then as I was writing it, I was like, yeah, I gotta fucking let me chat about these people. So as I started to write the song, a few people come back to me and they're like, you know why people might be acting like this, you know, Deps? You know why? And they gave me some reasons. I was like, what? Is that the reasons? Fuck you then, man. Like, you know what I mean? Because you know, we're living in a world where people get jealous and get envious and green eye envy real quick, and we're living in a world where people don't really want to support. Instead of supporting you or telling you you're doing well, they rather like hate or try and bring it down. So it's like, what? So like, apparently because like I'm doing pretty well with merchandise and certain things in certain areas, man's making a little bit of plea now.
Okay, like
certain man would be like, well, you're making pee, but you think, see, to me, my money don't mean shit, you know. If you've got skills, you can always make money, man. If you're a graphic designer, bruv, as soon as you've got your tools, you can make money. If you're this, you're that, you're a beat producer, whatever, you'll make your money. So money don't mean shit to me if it can be made. Now, if I was a person with no talent at all, money would mean a lot to me.
One thing I definitely attest to. One thing I definitely attest to when I first met Deps. Is it Deps or Depsoul? Because I've been calling you Deps in it, but these times I used to you're using Depsoul.
Call me Deps or Depsoul. Yeah, call me Deps or Depsoul. That's fine. That's fine.
I will put an interview. I'll call you Depsoul anyway, just to keep it so people know what to type in.
Cool.
So when I first met Depsoul, I realized that this guy, he just loved helping people with it, because we used to be part of a different group called GSO, and there's a particular member, and I'm not gonna say no names because I don't know if the name needs to be out there, but there was a particular person that had a little struggle in that, and Depsoul took him in, fam. Like, literally took him in, helped him out, gave him a place to sleep, etc. And I remember sitting there like, raw, Depsoul's a nice dude, because I know bad people, especially we've had other members in the group. I'm gonna call him Donkey, and you know who Donkey is, though.
Yeah. Them man there.
Fucking, them man there. Fucking yeah.
Man, that kid tricks.
Yeah. Fraggle. We had fucking Fraggle. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. But like, even with him, like, I realized that like even though not many people was fond of him or whatever, you were still willing to help and support it, even though nobody was fully in with him from the beginning. Obviously, it messed up towards the end, but give if you can. If you can't, you can't. But you're willing to support. Like it shows your character in it. It's not all about finding almost like the best person for your situation. If you think you can help out in any way, you know, you're there to do that. So yeah, I really respect
exactly that. I'm gonna have to get a charger real quick. It's about to die out. But yes, like the GSO family, I'd rather die for any of the members in the clique. You get me? Because that's the family. Do you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I'm not exactly a nice guy, bro. I'm all right, you know what I mean? I'm all right. It's the fact that the guy in question had good energy and good vibes, and I felt that with him, so I was quite happy to help him out. I don't mind bending over backwards for people. Then, do you know what I mean? If I can see they're genuine, the energy's there, and the energy's there, and they're real. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind doing that. And this person was like, from day dot, I was like, yes, you're a real one. I will help you out. And even though that Donkey Yam was in our group, because he was part of the group, I would also extend, to a certain extent, my help as well for him. Definitely.
Yeah.
So when I was talking about the money thing with feelings, it's like money don't mean nothing to me. But like I was going back to the thing about money. Money don't mean nothing as long as I've got loyalty and I can trust you and I've got strong strength. Money don't mean nothing like that. So that's what feelings is about. I say it in feelings as well. Money don't mean much to me. You get me? It's just like about loyalty and friendship for me, man. Because you can't buy that.
Yeah. Nah, I heard that. I want to talk about also on all streaming platforms, purchase on iTunes if you wish to as well. I think you can post on Google and it's Amazon. You can post on Amazon Prime. So make sure you do go grab that. Great EP. And also, I want to talk to you because you're signed or you're a part of a label.
I'm signed to an independent label, Super Combo Records.
Yeah. And then is Pirate Ocean Records involved in that, or is that like your separate thing?
Basically, Pirate Ocean Records wouldn't exist without Super Combo Records. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Eventually, I got signed by Super Combo Records as an independent record label, and then I was just making beats under the title of Pirate Ocean Walk the Plank Music, and then I wanted some artists underneath the camp. Do you know what I mean? So where you could have like the same thing like Shady Records. He's got his artists signed to Shady Records, but he's under Aftermath, which is Dr. Dre, in it. So I'm under Super Combo Records, but I've started up Pirate Ocean Records, and I've got a few artists underneath it. Vanita was the artist underneath Pirate Ocean Records. She's left now to pursue some another route, and got some other artists there as well. Got D General and Zandra. They're just, I wouldn't say they're artists signed to label. I said they're just part of the camp and the family. Do you know what I mean? Means they get access to everything. I get access to free recording time. And
so would you say you're almost like a talent agency in a way, in terms of what your role is?
I'm very selective of who. I'm very selective who can be part of Pirate Ocean and say the name. I wouldn't say I'm like looking for everyone, every Tom, Dick and Harry. It's just like some certain distinctive qualities that can be part of Pirate Ocean that show unique. I mean, everyone's unique in their own way, but I really am looking for something special or different. You know what I mean?
Okay, I respect that. Out of your EP on Whilst You Wait, before we go into some other questions and shit, what's your favorite song and why?
So Close. So Close is my favorite song.
Yeah.
Because number one, the rhyming couplet and the rhyming and the flow of the track, I've never written like that before. Apart from a track that I've got with D General called Join In. I wrote that first and I created a flow. I created a flow in that song and I was like, oh, this flow's dope. Let me try it on this song. So I tried the same kind of rhyming couplets on the song, and I really like that. And plus what the song's about as well. I really like what the song's about. You know what I mean?
Okay, hey, that's it, man. Appreciate that. Again, make sure you guys go and grind whilst you wait on all streaming
I'm not gonna lie,
I
might cut out. My battery is doing some fuckery right now. It's gone from 15% to 2 to 0. So bear with me if I cut out. I'll get back in there.
0, you know.
I know, like, what the hell? Doom be taking Zoom out the back, Zoom in the battery life, boy.
Are you charging the phone?
Yeah, I've got it plugged in. It's gone for
Oh.
1-0 still. No, we're there. Until it cuts out, we're good.
That's true. That's hilarious. I guess we'll go into our first topic. Hey, Joe, you got anything you want to say actually before I move on?
I was just gonna say, what do you think the ETA is for the I've forgotten the name of the other project. Don't mind me. Yeah, Transformer. That is, yeah.
Yeah, man, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I don't know, man. It depends on this Corona bullshit, really, bro. You get me?
Yeah.
Because obviously, I'd like to do some videos for Whilst You Wait. I want to do a video for every song on Whilst You Wait, and that's hard to do when you can't get close to your cameraman. You know what I mean? Or people who've got to be social distancing. And I think Transformer will come out pretty soon because it was recorded and done in a time where like I could do certain things with it, but now I don't think I'm gonna get permission for some of the samples I've used in the production for that, because I did a lot of production for my first album and Transformer, but this Whilst You Wait was all produced by Dean Cowell, who's the owner of Super Combo Records. He produced the whole album for me.
Okay.
Like so, he random ever uses samples. Everything's just all on him, and I use samples like a motherfucker. So Transformer's got loads of samples. I know I'm not gonna get permission for them, so I'll probably have to release it on a YouTube thing or SoundCloud and an IG thing.
Okay.
Definitely.
Have you? So you say you use a lot of samples. I'm like, because I dabble in a bit of music production myself.
Okay.
I've used samples before. Same thing you said. I've only uploaded those sort of stuff on like SoundCloud and whatever, because I've never bothered to. I've never bothered to do no sample clearance or anything. Yeah, so I wanted to ask, like, have you gone through the process of doing sample clearance before?
Yeah, I tried to. This project WYW had 2 songs on it. One called Strong, which featured like most of the members of GSO on that song, and another track called Beware, which featured Zandra. And them 2 songs, they had samples from the Marvel series Luke Cage. I took samples from Luke Cage soundtrack. And as you know, I think Marvel's owned by Disney now. And Disney was not letting me have those samples. Even though, I don't know why, because it's like they need all the money they can get, because Disney's broke out here, innit? Let's face it, Disney's broke out, innit, you bastard. But they wouldn't let me have the samples. So my label wrote to them, my label emailed them, like, yo, can we have this little sample? Disney was like, no. I need all the money, you bastard. You know what I mean? It's like, really, Disney? You ain't making enough money, Disney. Can't let a little black boy from the hood have a little sample, Disney. No? Bro, all right, fuck you then.
I'm surprised they actually replied. So that's cool.
That's what I was thinking. Jeez. But I always say though, if you're gonna do any like business shit, I was telling you, Joe, as well. You don't ever hit up them as a single person. If you're a musician, it's good to let your manager do that.
Yeah, that's exactly the management label team.
You have to have a representative. Yeah, because they don't take you seriously otherwise. They don't take you seriously at all.
That's probably why we got a reply back, because I didn't do it. Because I would have been like, "Oh, you can, give my sample. I want it. Yeah, how you not gonna let a black man use a sample from a black show that you brought? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But I didn't do that. I would have got aired. So my team like hollered at them, and they replied kindly like, "No, fuck off."
Okay.
So they didn't get a sample.
I haven't used any samples recently, so
I
don't want to go through that headache.
I haven't done any music production for a while, but recently my manager and the team from Super Combo Records are like, your beats are dang, your beats are hard. Go through your catalogue and clean them up. Go through all the ones that don't have any samples and start working on your production again. And I'm gonna do that. Yeah, definitely gonna do that.
Cool, that's actually good advice. Good advice, especially if you've got some good songs out there. Try and recreate the beat with a different sample, without a sample, should I say? Yeah, and that's some checks in your pocket, man. Checks in your pocket, man.
There you go. Exactly that. Exactly that.
Don't know. We'll go into some news now, and I guess we'll start with coronavirus in a way. But anyways, a footballer by the name of Emmanuel Adebayor has refused to give cash to fight against coronavirus in Togo. as he isolates in his capital in Rome. Now, the reason why this has become such a huge story is because obviously there's been huge pressure on footballers specifically for some reason to support the coronavirus.
For some reason, you know how much money they make when they don't even play a game and they're sitting on a bench?
Yeah, but I'm thinking of it from every person that's rich standpoint because I only hear about footballers. So I'm thinking
I hear that.
Where's the hate on Beyonce and Jay-Z and that kind of thing? You know what I'm saying? Travis Scott out here on Fortnite making bills. Like, where ain't no one checking his pockets. But, true. I thought this story was specifically interesting because African players specifically, a lot of them have come out and built hospitals or offered their hospitals or even their homes to the doctors and the nurses to, you know, help deal with coronavirus and test people or whatever, yeah? Or kill people, right? Now, this footballer, Emmanuel Bayo, he put out a tweet and it was the hottest tweet in the street. He put, I do what I want, I eat what I want, I do not donate. I was like, bro.
Okay.
Because they were basically asking him, yo, like, what I go on, like, all your peers are supporting. You have people in Nigeria, footballers from Nigeria doing the thing, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, basically all the footballers from whichever respective country they're from have done something. But there's one guy was like, I ain't doing it for Togo though. But I thought where I want to go with this conversation is, do rich people, should we expect somebody who's obviously made their money respectively of however they've made their money, should we really be going to them? Do they have to put money into coronavirus? Really, like, do they have to do that? Is that something we should expect of rich people? Like, are we really going to be like, yo, David Beckham, I know you got like 100 million in your bank account. What's up?
I mean, it would be nice if they would, but they don't have to. They have their own. They have the right.
I was thinking that as well. I think it would be nice if they did it, but they don't. They're not obligated to. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, you fucking should, man. Like, I'm not being funny. How do you make your money though? How do you make your money? Like, I know people like, I started from the bottom. I did this, I did that, and I started from the bottom. But you couldn't make your money without people, did you? You needed people to help you make your money. There was someone doing this and doing that. You didn't do it all by your blood clot self. You needed people. You needed everyone else to do stuff. Give back to the people who helped you make your millions, innit?
Yeah.
Get me? Like, you know, what's wrong with that? Like, I'm not being funny. If I had the money like these people had the money, I'll be helping out. I'll be helping out as much as I freaking can. Like, obviously, not to leave myself bankrupt, so I'm eating noodles and that. But, you know what I mean? I'll give enough money I could do to help out, like, whether that's whatever meal I can afford. Or I'll just speak to my financial advisor and go, like, look, am I going to be making more money next year? I'm set to make 20 mil. Let me give these people 10 mil then. You know what I mean? But you're not obligated to, like, but you fucking should. I think you should. Because you never made that money by yourself. You needed the people on this earth to help you make that money. So give back to the people then.
Yeah. No, I think it's interesting because when I was looking at the backlash he got, I mean, he was a bit, he was a bit too honest, but I was surprised. He was getting deference because he didn't want to offer his own bank account, should I say, for Togo. Maybe he shouldn't have said, I do what I want, I eat what I want, I do not donate. I mean, that tweet, that statement right there.
Yeah, that was a bit much, man.
That was a bit disrespectful, especially if he's staying in Togo. He could have been in like Spain, then like,
sitting in their country that you're saying you're not going to help them.
That's
wrong, bro.
I enjoy Sidra, man. But yeah,
I see. Wait, shall I put it in now or?
Yeah. The slap.
Okay, cool. All right.
But yeah, I think that's so bloody neat, man. But I also think what's interesting as well to do with this whole coronavirus and the charities, and it's weird because forgive me if I'm wrong. It feels like us broke people seem to be doing more than the wealthy. I feel like I hear us, with the whole coronavirus, we're the ones that's standing out in the windows and clapping for the NHS. We're the ones that have created, I'm hearing 5,000 charities that we're all donating to. Obviously, I'm not donating, but I'm just saying. You get the challenges of doing the 5K run. If you do the 5K run, you donate something out of your pocket. the food banks, I mean, I'm yet to see anybody apart from, I mean, I've seen a couple like people that work in communities who are trying to keep the food banks going. I'm not seeing no one wealthy jumping on that shit. Like, I mean, I feel like we're doing too much and we're broke.
Yeah, because we're the people though. We're the people. Do you know what I mean? When we get ill, we know NHS is dealing with us. Like, you know what I mean? So we're gonna do that. That's what we're like as. I don't want to say that's what Britain's like, because all over the world. That's what we're like as a people. The commoners, whatever you want to call us, the blue collars, or the working man. That's what we do. We know we understand each other's struggle. We do that. Rich people don't understand the struggle. Like, if I get mashed up or ill, man's going to hospital, win it, NHS, bang, clean me up. If I'm rich, I ain't going to NHS. I call doctor whatever, private healthcare, fly me in. You know what I mean? I don't even have to leave my bedroom. They bring equipment to me. You know what I mean? Like, they don't know the struggle. But the thing is, no one, like, a lot of people were born like rich, whatever. But a lot of these people had to work the same line as us, and they worked their way up and they got rich, and they've forgotten that. You know what I mean? But you're right. A lot of people are doing the most is us, and we shouldn't be. We should be like, yo, fuckers who made the money off of us, and you know what I mean? Can you help us back? Like, you got enough fee, but it's not the same. And we know this, and we know this. That's why we're doing it now. We didn't hesitate. We didn't wait. We didn't ask for the rich people. We just did what we had to do straight away, because we know we've always been by ourselves when it comes to shit like this.
Yeah. No, that's facts, man. Anyway, shout out to Sidra. She just joined us. Sidra, I'll just tell you quickly what the topic is, so you can drop your little 1, 2 feisty opinion, because I know it's going to come deep on this one. Basically, there's a footballer by the name of Emmanuel Adebayor who has refused to basically help out Togo during this coronavirus quarantine. He basically tweeted out, "I do what I want and I eat what I want and I do not donate." This comes after several African football players specifically has helped out in their respective countries by building hospitals, offering their homes or offering their place of businesses down there for doctors and other nurses to basically help out with obviously the coronavirus and the patients to either cure them or to test people. The conversation we're basically having is basically whether like rich people should really be putting their money into coronavirus and helping out, whether that's England, Europe, or Africa. Doesn't matter where. But what's your opinions on that? And what do you?
What did you say?
Yeah, what's your opinion on that?
I've seen quite a few like famous people, rich people on social media doing stuff. I know personally in Bollywood, right, because obviously I'm Asian, a lot of the actors there and like the rich people there are doing, like, I'm hearing loads of stuff like they're donating, you know, something like 1.1 crores or something like that, which is a lot basically, right? To, you know, hospitals and to, like, you know, the poor, this, that, the other, things like that, right? I've heard a few, I think at the beginning, right, when it started, I heard a few celebrities here and there, but that's it. I don't hear anything else. But then again, I won't be able to, like you mentioned, as I came in, that you don't hear the rich people clapping for the NHS. I don't think you can hear them in their mansion anyway, clapping.
I know. That was a good one.
So it is, it comes down to like if they are doing stuff, right, personally, right, me as an individual, I think if you're doing charity or you're giving charity, you don't need to announce it on social media. So how do we know that they don't have the similar values or same values and they're thinking, you know what, I'm going to do my bit, but I don't need to announce it? Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, we don't know. I feel like we don't know exactly what they're doing. We're sitting here where obviously we are aware that our people are doing things. Why? Like, because they're putting it all over social media, right? I've donated X amount to charity or Social media is brilliant for awareness, right? Like, here's a charity, I made it, please, you know, donate, etc. Brilliant, right? But then there's people, oh, I've just done this and I've just, you know, donated this, so I'm outside clapping for NHS. It's like what you touched on last time, Sharif, about you're not going to go out there and you're not going to clap because it's all about social media more than it is for the actual NHS, right?
Yeah.
And if we actually want to do anything for the NHS are constantly putting up posts here, doctors, nurses, everyone saying, stay at home. But I don't see anyone outside staying at home. I see them walking around, going out, dealing with one another on the fields, this, that, the other. But they're the same people that are going to be outside 8 o'clock on Thursday. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? I see bare footballers hiring strippers and that, still having parties and that. See, they're holding it down for the social distancing and the man. You're having football. I'm hearing Austin Villa, Premier League footballer, Jack Grealish, he's a Premier League captain.
Yep.
Man had a house party with hella strippers and that, and all of his man don't like the arse. It's mad. There was another footballer who got caught just the other week. Having a full-on house pool party, obviously because it's hot, innit? Pool party with a couple other footballers as well. It's not just one footballer. Obviously, they bring the guys in, hella chicks and that. So it's like, obviously, I'm just talking about footballers, but we all know that rich people are doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just fact.
But you know what the thing is, yeah? The thing is, like, when that happens, I feel like there's two things going on. Either like, you lot don't care, yeah? You think you're rich and you're not gonna get it, or something like that. Or you know something that we don't. Do you know what I mean?
Honestly, I believe, you gotta remember, most rich people have their own medical team. They have their personal doctors.
They have everything there before we know about it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. They can afford everything before we can.
Because I'm not being funny, yeah. Like when it first started out, and Idris Elba was like, I've been tested for COVID, whatever. And a few celebrities like, I've been tested. Bruce, what's his name? Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks. Thanks, yeah. Tom Hanks is like, I've been tested. I sat there and I was like, fuck you not getting these tests from?
Yeah.
Where you not getting these tests from?
That's true, you know.
Where you not getting these tests from? And I thought I'm gonna wait until I see a commoner or blue collar or someone of my level and see if they get tested. But no, we ain't got no test because we're not the elite. We're not American. We're not rich. But you got tests like that. I don't know how you ordered it. You don't know if there's an app or a speed button or something you did, or you said your servants go get one. But we ain't got no tests out here.
Do you know what's interesting? It's interesting you say that, yeah, because I still don't hear about how we're getting tested. Like, I don't hear anyone I know say we're getting tested.
You're gonna have to be damn near choking yourself to death to get tested.
Yeah, literally. But they even say if you have the symptoms, you don't go to your GP, you don't go here, you call 999 straight.
Do you know what I had? Actually, is the nurses and doctors. So basically, medical students, right? Like second year, third year, right?
Yeah.
They've been going into hospitals and they've been asked to help out, obviously, because of medical staff. And what one girl said, right? I was watching a live with this other YouTuber, right? And she had
some hell of work experience right there.
Yeah, she had a second year medical student on live with her who was basically explaining about what they're having to deal with, right? So they've been asked to come in, right, because of obviously staffing issues and stuff like that. And their only ability is to do like blood tests and take temperatures, etc. They're not trained for anything else to do more, right, other than check these sort of COVID-19 in like patients and take blood tests and stuff like that, right? She said the issue with staffing is that a doctor or a nurse or someone gets a cough, right? That's it. They're asked to go home and isolate for 7 days. After 7 days, they're back in, right? And they're doing the same thing. And then if they get another cough, they're asked to do the same thing again. So they're not even being tested. They're not being tested and they're in this situation, right? So it's a point of where they don't know whether they have it or not, okay? And they're having to constantly go in and out of the hospital, isolate yourself. And they're
Forrest Gump can get a test though. Forrest Gump can get a test though, innit?
I said Forrest Gump.
Pisses me off. Nah, man. But Sidra saying like these doctors are coming in. They're not even like official doctors. They're still learning essentially, aren't they? And they're coming in for extra help.
It takes
they're coming in for extra help. and they can't get a test. But Forrest Gump can. Fuck out of here, man.
It's like what 4 years it takes you to do your like your degree, right, as a doctor or something. Then you've got X amount of years to do as placement, right? And then you eventually you'll qualify as a doctor. I mean, I've got a few doctors in my family, right? And all I've heard from them, it's getting worse. It's not getting better, right?
It's funny you say that because Dr. Alex be sending some complete different messages on his gram.
You know what? I feel like Dr. Alex, right? He's
paid to be positive, right?
Exactly.
He's too positive, fam. He did a thing yesterday. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? He was
what's my man
thank you to everybody that's staying at home. This is really working. Stay at home. The pages are getting less and less. I'm like, bro, you're gassing it.
There's another doctor, right? He's an Asian doctor I came across on Instagram, right? And I started following him because and like watching his like lives and stuff like that, because I realized what he although he's on social media, right? His message was more abrupt. Like, you lot aren't taking it serious. You lot need to sort yourself out. He was also giving tips and stuff at home, how to make sure when you leave your house, what you're doing, what's right, what's wrong, not following what's trend on social media, doing this, doing that, etc. Right? So I think honestly, Dr. Alex is he's just a social media. He's no longer a doctor, to be honest with you. I honestly don't think so. He is a doctor, but I don't think his values are there as much anymore. It's more about social media, more about putting it out there. That's as far as I'm concerned. Otherwise, why are all these other doctors, right, on social media constantly like shouting, screaming, you know, trying to put a message out there like, sit your like us at home. But Dr. Alex, you know, out of the whole bunch is like, hey, it's so good. You know, in a few weeks you'll be able to go out and be all good again.
That's literally what he said as well. You know?
Said in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, he was lying. I feel like he's an ambassador for the NHS, as well as being a doctor.
Probably has to be like a poster boy at this point.
That's what I'm saying. He's no longer a doctor with the same values anymore. He's a doctor.
I think no one's taking this shit seriously until someone dies in your family or someone dies you know. Like that's the time someone actually like, this shit's real. Other than that, like, don't get me wrong, I've been invited to places, people like, yo, Dep's got this party. I'm like, no. No. Do you know what I mean? And I'm thinking to myself, like, you're my friend, I thought you had more sense to that. But now, like, I'm like, I don't know if I should even talk to you ever again. Because that's stupid as you just are. You're not taking it seriously. People are dying for real. Like, and people were like scared, like, to like, I don't even go into the. I was training, I trained, I damaged my left arm, I damaged my left calf muscle, and I was in pain, Drugs weren't doing nothing for me, Alcohol wasn't doing nothing for me. I was in pain. And I was like, I'm going to have to go to doctors or hospital. I was in hospital, my husband said, no, you get it. Dad, you get it. And she said, I'll get the virus. She said, they'll get me. Do you know what I mean? And she's 6. She's 6. And that's what I mean. Like, people, I didn't want to go to the, I was in pain. I was self-medicating work. I'm fine out of the way. But like, I was nowhere thinking of going to doctor's GP or nothing. Because it's a serious thing. And people aren't taking it serious at all. They're really not. They're really not. It's a joke.
That's pretty much the same with a lot of things, actually. You can't really take like, I'll call it tragedy. You can't really take tragedy serious until it hits home to some extent. So.
Well, until you've experienced it, really. You don't understand until you've felt it, innit? Which I guess that's kind of like how people take life. Some people base life on what they experience, and some people base life on their surroundings. If you're basing it on your personal experience, then something like the coronavirus wouldn't mean shit to you at all. But if you base things around, if you base your life around the people around you and what you see and what you hear, then you actually you're actually more aware of what's actually going on, and you actually listen to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's that's two different types of people you have in as well. Unfortunately, it seems like in this country specifically, there's just more people that only care about themselves, really, and don't really know.
Like, I said in one of my EP. There's a song called El Rey Rato on the EP, and there's a line in there. And I say, "People make me sick." Yeah, I said it in the track. I said it in the album. People make me sick, and the reason is people do make me sick because of the way they think. When rush the toilet paper. When shit kicked off, rush the toilet paper. That's how we were thinking. Really. Do you know what I mean? And it's just the mentality of these people. Like when I go to the shop, I've got gloves on, I've got a mask on. I'm fully not at me. When I walk down the street, see someone skipping down the road, not wearing no mask or glove, I'm looking at them like, you're the problem, bro. I don't even take this seriously. Like I'm not an aggressive person like to be like I'm gonna attack that person. But you know, it upsets me when I'm doing the most I can to protect myself and you. And these fuckers can't put on the mask or gloves, just got shot. And I'm seeing them. It's really.
I'm one of those guys. Sorry.
Individuals. Yeah.
One of those.
Like, it's alright. Like if you don't do it, you're one of those guys. But like you'll see me as a guy look at you like you fucking young. Like what are you doing? Like the thing is, I'm not angry at you. I'm angry like for yourself as well, like, bro. It's serious. It can get you. Do you know what I mean? I'm not you're jeopardizing me. I think you care about yourself. You know what I mean? It's a serious thing. Like,
also have.
But then, like you said, it's individual people that they got to think for themselves. A lot of people like this is government thing. They're trying to do it. I don't care. If I die, there's nothing I can do about it anyway. The government doing this. Okay. There's a lot of people thinking like that. I don't think.
I thought Joe was about to say something. Anyway, your picture just popped up. I guess to conclude on the topic, I guess we believe that rich people should be allowed to pick and choose whether they want to donate or not. Adebayor is still a bit of a sideman for even making the dumbest tweet of all time. And
if you just kept it silent.
Yeah. Nah, but I think it's because he was on live, innit?
Oh,
they should have got emergency tax. I think rich people got emergency tax when epidemics like this happen. Straight.
Yeah. Anyway, salute to Adebayor. If you want to eat and sleep in your country and everybody gets coronavirus, you're going to be holding that out by yourself anyway.
In your country, I guess, and I ain't helping you for shit.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
That's
He's cold.
He's the captain of his country as well, fam. Can you believe that?
That's how important he is as well. Oh, nah.
Yeah.
What? So he's gonna look out his window. He's gonna look at.
Is it me or are they frozen, Sharif?
Who's they? Oh, I can only hear you. I guess that allows me to conclude. I mean, we're still recording, so
you froze. Okay.
I think Depsoul froze. We'll just go into this topic while while Dep's camera gets back to his Wi-Fi. Anyways, let's go to the next story. More than 12 million players watched Travis Scott concert during Fortnite or in Fortnite. I don't know if it's during a game mode. I think it's during Battle Royale game mode. Sorry. So, with a visually astonishing set and has announced more dates, which is 6. So we're gonna get more people performing at Fortnite.
More people or him
the live music
again.
The live music event of the year may just have taken place unaffected by the global lockdown and within a video game. On Thursday, US rapper Travis Scott performed a live set inside the online shooter Fortnite, and more than 12 million players took part in the spectacle. Many more are expected to have watched via streaming platforms such as Twitch and YouTube. The interesting thing I want to talk about with performing at Fortnite, I actually saw some clips. I didn't personally watch it. I don't even listen to Travis Scott, so I'm sorry to you, Travis Scott's fan, but he ain't that good to me. But Astroworld is a decent album. I don't know if that's the album that he was performing.
Yeah.
I just don't listen to him, innit? So I have no connection to his music. I just know him for smashing Kylie Jenner. I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
I think it was just interesting to finally see Fortnite kind of embracing hip hop. I'm gonna just text Dexter to jump back in when he can, and it was cool to just see him embrace it. Embrace it. Do you think this kind of changes the wave now for live performances during the lockdown? Obviously, we spoke about last time about monetizing Instagram Live.
Yep.
Travis Scott claims he's got a nice hefty check from performing at Fortnite.
Yep.
I know a lady who doesn't even play the game. I think she's in her 40s. Yeah. She's in her 40s and she was watching it with her husband.
Jeez.
And I saw it on the gram, innit? Yeah, I met her at some event, whatever, and I saw the gram, and I had to put in the comments, what, you play Fortnite? She went, no, I just downloaded it just to watch the show. I was like, okay. So, Sidra, someone like you, or Joe, someone like you, or I was going to say Depsoul, but is Depsoul back yet? Anyway, wherever.
He's in the waiting room. No, he's here.
Yeah. So, what do you think about this whole new Fortnite wave? And Travis Scott performing there. Do you think now we're gonna get artists jumping on this kind of like gaming wave? Because obviously gaming is huge now. Fortnite is now doing it. Maybe I know there's battle royale on Call of Duty. Do you think they will now follow suit as well? Like, what are you guys' opinion on?
Can I ask
this kind of like
a bit, right?
Yeah.
I know Fortnite's game. How are they doing? Like, what do you mean they're doing live concerts?
Joe will explain to you how it went down because I don't understand the gaming format. He just performed. He was like,
so basically,
it's hard to explain if you ain't seen the footage. I'm gonna send you the footage, but he's performing right.
I can't really explain it like that.
He's performing right in the middle of the fucking set. It's sick.
Yeah. So basically, whether you're playing or not, basically,
sorry about that.
It's all good. It's all good.
Cool,
so if you're in the middle of a game, because it was at a specific time that he was starting to perform. So when that time hit, whether you're in the game or not, the game will stop and then the concert will just start. So there'll be like a stage there. Obviously, your character will be running around, whatever. And it was like this. Well, I can't really explain how the concert went. You'd have to see. You have to see it.
I saw clips of it. And it looked amazing. I don't think it's ever been done before. Anything like that been done before?
Nah.
There has been one. There has been one DJ that's performed on Fortnite before, Marshmello. But I don't know how that went.
I know. I remember way back when Black Eyed Peas were featured in The Sims. I think that's the closest thing to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember.
That was way back when.
I remember as well. Deadmau5 was in Minecraft. I can't remember if he did any performance or anything for that, but I remember he had his own server. I remember that.
Oh, for real.
Yeah.
Do you think gaming live shows is going to become like the new wave now? Do you think there's other games that could potentially? Because can you even imagine like playing zombies and then I don't know, Usher's that man's going to perform and then
it would have to make sense.
The zombie.
It would have to make sense.
I mean, but
yeah, I agree with Joe, man. It has to make sense to the game, man. If I'm playing Call of Duty zombie mode, and then Usher comes on, I'm like, I'm like, well,
yeah, Call of Duty would be more of like heavy metal or something, not like an R&B.
Yeah,
so what are you saying? Fortnite is hip hop? Because Fortnite to me ain't hip hop. Remember, Fortnite stole all of hip hop dancers. They didn't pay none of these motherfuckers, by the way. They absolutely used us to gain a little buzz. And then Travis Scott, it's like, I don't know. Yeah, that's how he was performing, yeah. We've seen it, babe. Yeah. Well, Sidra, what do you think though? You listen to artists. If your favorite Bollywood actor, man like Imran Khan and that was like, yo, man's gonna jump on this Bollywood game and that, yeah. It's called what is it called? Bollywood streets, yeah, and you're like, oh, I can't watch him for the next 2 years. Like, are you jumping on the game to watch him perform live, fam?
First of all, personally myself, yeah, but let me just correct you. Imran Khan is not a Bollywood actor. He's not into Bollywood. He hasn't.
Sorry.
Alright, coming with the facts. Okay.
He's a Punjabi singer. He's from where's he from? Somewhere from
India?
No, Netherlands or something like. And he does house music. He's big on house music, right? In his country.
Okay.
From somewhere from Europe. I can't remember the country though.
But would you watch him in a game format though?
Huh? No.
Would you watch him in a game format? Nah.
Never.
Yeah, but listen, but we're on lockdown though, so you're not gonna be able to.
I don't play these games, so why would I just download it? I wouldn't do that. All these like singers, these DJs, these whatever, they're all on Instagram Live, you know, doing live sets and this, that, the other. I'll just go in that. I'm not gonna download a game.
Yeah, but you say that, but Travis Scott didn't do that, and Travis Scott had dates booked in to do shows. I'm saying people like Travis Scott, the Baby just dropped a new album, French Montana dropped some new music. We're having Uzi dropped an album. These people haven't done anything live yet.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you.
How we got?
Go on.
No.
I feel like these lot have more money to sort of be able to manipulate a game situation, whereas these British artists, let's be honest, they don't. They won't have that. Maybe some who do, because I'm watching it and I'm thinking to myself, well, who the hell did you have to pay to be able to do that? Do you know what I mean? To manipulate.
Oh, he's the one that got paid.
He got paid.
I was about to say, like, did he manipulate him, or did the Fortnite come to him?
Fair enough.
Fortnite
paid him.
They came up with it. They manipulated the game for him to do that, right? Because the video that I've just seen is that these are playing their own game at the same time, and they're jumping over this massive image of.
Yeah, that's the whole point, though. He's performing in the middle of the actual game, like in your game mode. That's sick.
The reason why I think it's sick is because it's never been done before, and especially on that plateau as well. Fortnite is a big game. It got big real quick. Everyone's playing it and everywhere. And Travis Scott has continuously, relentlessly been dropping hits. Like, and he's on a certain level, and his music bangs, isn't it? It's that lit music, you know what I mean? Yeah. So to do that is an amazing thing. But then I don't want to start seeing every blood clot artist popping up in every game now. Yeah, you know what I mean?
But that's gonna happen though, because everybody's gonna see how Fortnite was kind of dying out. People still playing it, but people weren't talking about it anymore. Fortnite was 2019. We kind of let it go.
I believe that. I agree.
Ninja is now banging Call of Duty. Well, you know, we've got some of the hottest like gamers that was about Fortnite and are kind of moving on. Travis Scott comes in, resurrects Fortnite. Fam, yesterday I had a don go, yo, you bang Fortnite. I'm like, really, nigga? I ain't man, I shit like that. So I really do think. And obviously there was over 12 million people watching. You gotta remember the numbers were huge. 12 million people
at once
either downloaded a game or had So I believe that other game owners will probably look at that and be like, yo, how can I do that? Look at something like a football game. Let's say they do like a live Champions League final or any cup final type event.
Okay, like mimic the performance sort of thing.
And then you know when you watch like
that to me makes more sense though.
Or even like a basketball game when they do the halftime show, they can be like, yo, Drake, what are you saying, blood? We can get the whole country on NBA 2K halftime show, do that shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? So I think games will follow. If you're getting 12 million plus people, plus new people that never even played a game, downloading it just to see.
I think it's got to be strategically done well. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna buy a bag out again. I'm not gonna fall for it. Do you know what I mean? It's got to be put in It's got to be put in the right game. You got to put them in the right game. You got to be put in the right situations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to be sitting there. My boy's like, "Yo, you want to play FIFA?" Play FIFA, and then halfway through, Adele comes out and starts singing. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Like I want to play the rest of the game. I'm losing my mojo right now. So it needs to be done well. It needs to be done well. It needs to be done well in certain games. I mean, they can't be banging out and like you play Candy Crush and then some random artist comes on like, you got all the Candy Crush, we do a song for you. Like,
so would you say then it comes down to the relevance of the artist as well and the people that play the game? The type of people that play the game. Because
definitely.
So then, would you say Fortnite is then very hip hop? Because I'm surprised.
I think Fortnite is anything, because like if you watch these gamers on Twitch or you watch these gamers play Fortnite, anything can be played in the background, whether it's hip hop, rock, whatever music you want. It's in the background. You have it in the background. You're playing it. There's certain music you can't listen to when you're playing games. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're playing like death metal, speed metal, you can't be doing Fast and Furious. Your car's gone. You're gonna mess up the car. You know what I mean? Like you're playing Grand Theft Auto and you've got some rock guy. You're shooting up the whole thing. You know what I mean? You're trying to be strategic. Certain music will make you influencers play the game differently, innit? So it has to be a nice balance, man. It has to be a good balance, definitely.
An interesting thing that Sidra pointed out, though, which I thought was interesting, was she said if it was a UK artist, nobody would care like that. Like,
you know what? It's
facts. Wait.
She's kind of right. She's right though. She's right. I'm sorry. She's right though. She's right. That's facts. That's true. Nah, bro. That's true. It's true.
I was gonna say, is there any UK artist that could ever even attempt to do? I mean,
Lads, well, listen.
Okay, but Stormzy's just scratching the surface. Even then, it's like...
No, you can't say Stormzy, though. No, we're talking English artists. So Stormzy is a UK grime artist. Let's talk about... I'm talking Ollie Murs. Get Ollie Murs in that bitch.
Okay, if it's in that, then, like, Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, there you go. The upgraded Ollie Murs. Yeah, him.
I mean, their music, you really
2.0.
of, like... You know, any of those like Call of Duty or Fortnite, whatever game, you're gonna listen to Ed Sheeran and everyone's gonna be like,
it's too lovey-dovey though, isn't it? Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, am I trying to have someone hold me close whilst I'm trying to get a flipping W, fam? I like it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, in terms of hip hop, there's no one in it because it's quite.
Yeah, but am I trying to roll in the deep? Am I trying to roll in the deep? Four man in my squad. Like, come on.
Exactly.
Well, do you actually? You know what? I never actually thought about it. Do you actually think it's embarrassing that Stormzy looks bigger than the whole of the UK scene? Like, even for the type of artist that he is. I actually think it's quite strange. I mean,
what do you mean? What
do you mean? Say that again. What do you mean by that? Yeah, I didn't get that.
Like, don't you think it's a bit embarrassing to the UK that Stormzy kind of holds the flag just because of the type of artist that he is? Because I look at the scene,
only at this point in time, it ain't embarrassing because everyone gets their day in the sun, innit? And right now it's Stormzy's. Like urban and grime is the thing that's pushing right now. Right now. But like there's different times where he represents that, innit? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you got to remember, like, all these grime daily artists and everything else, they're the ones who are, like, kind of running the thing right now. There's no one, like, UK R&B is, like, waving a flag for them. Like, urban and R&B, yeah.
But she acts American.
Really, since she did that, the boo thing, like, we ain't really heard from the girl, like, you know what I mean? She's like, she had a success, she kind of disappeared. Like, you got to remember that
she lives in the States, isn't it?
Exactly, but you got to remember the urban scene, the grime scene, the urban grime scene is dominating right now. It's what is, and then we have different times where there was a time when David Guetta was dominating. That's why we had David Guetta tune. One tune after the other with Nicki Minaj.
I remember that.
Do you know what I mean? Do you remember those times there, innit? Back in those times there. Look at those days when we could come out the house. When we could come out the house. You know what I mean? Right? So David Guetta was doing these tracks with every blood clot person there was. You get me? You can find anyone you can find. He just jump on my track. And that was dominating. And where was Stormzy then? Where was his grime tunes then? They weren't dominating. It's just the sign of the times. It just goes round.
Yeah, but I feel like when I look at like like it's just like I'm just thinking of like where we are now.
Yeah.
This whole lockdown thing.
Yeah.
It kind of makes you realize how uninterested people are in the UK scene, because you look at this whole live thing. We've seen Quarantine Radio with Tory Lane. We've seen the battles between all the top dogs in America. The UK is doing nada. Now, I've seen man on the UK go live,
like not making noise online and
stuff.
stuff.
I see the man in the UK go live, They'll have like 1 million followers, but 1,000 people watch it. You see now,
if I see what you mean now. Yeah.
It makes me realize, wow, we just don't care. We might listen to your tune or link up or brand daily. We might salute you real quick when you drop the tune, because we've got to support the UK scene for 1 week. But after that 1 week, we're straight back to the American shit. You know what I mean? This country does not really care that much about the UK scene, the way that it seems. To the point where we are celebrating plaques for 1 million views on Link Up TV. You know how sad the UK is, bro? We got man flexing on plaques. That's not even for the sales. It's for getting a figure on a completely different channel and holding a plaque like you sold 20 million records. But bro, you just got 1 million views. You might not even got 20,000 streams on Spotify. But we're holding plaques like this.
Like facts. Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. And it makes me realize that this country just, it's kind of like we're light flexing a bit too much now.
Can I say something? You've also got to think about the entertainment industries within the two places, right? The UK entertainment industry it's nothing. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
America, right, where their entertainment industry is worldwide, right?
They've been dominating for how many years? Exactly. You get me?
Had so many years head start. So it's like,
we can't sit here. But you know what? I think if we wanted as a country, we could bring our entertainment levels up, right?
Of course.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If we actually invested in it, America hasn't just become big like that, right? For example, right? Because when I look at entertainment industries, I always compare 4 industries, right? Entertainment,
right?
Because I'm British, because I'm Pakistani, and whatever. The American industry, okay? The Bollywood is India, right? And then it's Pakistan, and then it's the UK, okay? 4 entertainment industries.
Right.
Pakistan, in terms of their industry, right, entertainment, they started off as basically nothing, but actually now it's getting quite out there. It's so big that people in Bollywood, right, are actually recognizing it. So who says if Britain didn't bring their industry up, entertainment level up, right, America would actually recognize that and then start utilizing that as well? Do you know what I mean? I think Britain.
They slightly have, man. Like, you got to remember, like when I was 12 or 13, and I do hip hop, so I'm looking for inspiration or someone to look up to as a 12 or 13 or 11-year-old in hip hop. America was dominating at that time.
No, 100%.
There's no UK, nothing.
Get dominate though. That's the thing. We're not thinking about how we're going to bring our entertainment levels up
and elevate us up. Yeah,
exactly. And I think that's the problem with the UK, right? As soon as we see a British artist, we'll give it a week, like you said, Sharif. Yeah. We'll do it because they're British. After a week, that's it. We're done with it. Then the next flying to America to make it big anyway. Do you see what I mean?
I feel like Britain's entertainment business is very good for most things but hip hop. I think if you look at the movie industry, we're doing lit. In terms of music, every genre but grime, rap, and hip hop is doing very well. Like the Ed Sheeran and the Dog, they can walk down the street.
You got to remember though, bro. Like, even though you're saying we're not doing very well in that sector, like a lot of the time, there's a lot of time we had this stigma of you made it here, but you really make it if you break America. Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's how we have that stigma. Like, you might do the numbers here, you're nang, but can you do that in America though? Now you got to remember, since those times then, look at the times now. You got Stormzy and all these other UK grime rappers mixing with Ovio and Drake and that, and they start to use our languages, our lingo and that. Like drill beats. America's using drill producers now for their beats. Like, do you know what I mean?
They're not paying no homage, so.
Of course, not paying that, man.
You know
what I mean? But we've come a long way. We've come a long way from America looking at us like y'all think you're like a rap. You know what I mean? To them going, boy, better know, and blem, and you know what I mean? We've come a long way. You know what I mean? So they're recognizing our sound, and we've come a long way. So we're starting trying to break through and show them that we've got this, you know, and we've had it for a while. You get me? We've had to listen to you lot do your thing and dominate. We're doing this now.
Saying that though, then it would become where America starts copying us, right? And
which will never happen.
Whatever, using our language, etc. But soon, before you know it, it will become America's language. No, like it will be.
That's what they do, though, isn't it? That's what they do.
Yeah, because basically they took the drill sound, called it Brooklyn drill, and now it's not even the English thing anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, most people think drill started. And I'm watching beefs on YouTube, and they'll be like, "Pop Smoke made drill," and I'll be like, "What?" Yeah, people really do, and obviously, I think because he passed away as well. Obviously, R.I.P. Pop Smoke. I think that made people even believe it more, because the people that didn't know what drill was now know what it is because Pop Smoke passed away.
Yeah, so and then obviously when his music stuff now and then.
They check out his stuff now, and then when they hear his stuff and they hear the UK stuff, they just assume, oh no, Pop Smoke definitely started this shit. Like, everybody's saluting Pop Smoke. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I think that was kind of an unfortunate situation for the UK. But honestly, the fact that they've been able to take drill, they don't even need UK no more. So we're not going to be relevant after a year when no one cares about Russis and T1, S1, whatever these niggas are called. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one cares. No one's gonna care anymore. But that's unfortunate. But anyway, to wrap it up there, I guess no UK artist is gonna be on any game anytime soon.
Oh hell nah.
We would be if these gamers like believed in us as artists and as UK artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
but I think if somebody
makes me laugh. I've done tracks for games and I've done tracks for animations, but they've not been in the UK. They've been in Europe and for France and that. And it's true. It's like we've got to support our own. You know, really got to support our own.
Yeah, I think what would never get a UK art going is the fact that Travis Scott got 12 million views, 12 million people watching. So the bar is too high. And if you look at the way brands and companies are going to want to get involved with sponsorships and the games and blah, blah, they're going to be like, man, we can't have a Stormzy because he's probably not even going to reach 10 million. They're going to want to either top that or get close to that. Anywhere, listen, you got to remember the narrative of social media as well. Anything below 10 million is not going to be seen as a flop. They're going to be like, right, you only got like 2 million watching. Hey, you flop. And then the artist is going to feel like shit. And then the gaming people are going to feel like shit. They're going to feel like they lost money. The game ain't even going to look good. Because the whole point is having somebody perform at your game and getting the people and the sponsorship in is basically promoting the game itself. You're supposed to try to sell the game.
Yeah.
It's a marketing tool.
Yeah.
So you have to sell a narrative that your shit is lit. You have to look lit. So they can't be, they have to, if you got Travis Scott, you got to go and get a Drake now, a Chris Brown now, or a Kanye West. Somebody who you know is guaranteed at least 8 million. So, yeah, I think that's an unfortunate situation because I know there's probably going to be a lot of like actual real gamers because Travis Scott don't even play the game. I feel like there's actual like Offset. He's signed to one of these like YouTubing thing. He should have been on that Fortnite, in my opinion, because he actually plays games. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but would they have got the same kind of reaction or the same expectancy if they used Offset? Would they have got the same result?
Maybe if it was Amigos, but I don't know if it was Offset by himself. I mean, Offset would have to bring Cardi B for some use. I can't lie.
Exactly. Do you see what I'm saying?
Like Cardi B would have to jump with a couple of sets as well. Cardi B, like. But no, I think Travis Scott, where Travis Scott is also winning as well. I hate to use his ex-relationship, but listen, Kylie Jenner did put him on the map. I knew who Travis Scott was. I had heard a couple songs, but I really heard more of him when he was with Kylie Jenner and then dropped Astro World than I did before that. I knew who he was because Razak plays his music here and there, but I didn't care for Travis Scott. until I heard that he stole Tiger's girl and then got the girl pregnant. I was like, right, this guy is a G. Like, Tiger was flexing with her like a month ago. Travis Scott comes out of nowhere, put some semen in her body, and then she's just having this baby. I'm like, right.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been fucking with Travis Scott from back in the day, in the beginning.
Right on.
I've always liked to, I've been right from the very first tracks he's kind of doing, and he produces himself, and he's a producer as well. So I've been watching him for a while, and then like when he started dating Rihanna, I kind of started, you know what I mean? I started like going off of him, and next thing you know, like you said, he's with Kylie Jenner. I was like, what? I didn't even know, like it was just random, and then I heard his music, change as well.
Yeah, nah. Salute to Travis Scott, man. I actually think I've been saying this for a long time. Hip hop has been #1 for the past 3 years now. I think it's the best genre right now in the game. I think people are taking notice. Unfortunately, it's mainly in America, but just the fact that hip hop is doing better than pop, rock, and all that other bullshit. Obviously, I like other music, but the fact that hip hop is winning in terms of the black culture, I think is good. And it can only really get stronger because it seems like every day.
I agree with you, but there was a time where reggaeton was killing shit. Reggaeton came out of nowhere, and then you get me. Hip hop took a back seat on that one, boy. You get me?
Yeah, but reggaeton was making hip hop inspired music. Bad Bunny.
True.
It was basically
a lot of them jumping on trap beats. Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah.
They still do it now. Yeah. And then
flipping Little Pump and who's the guy? Oh, look at that set.
Annual.
Yeah. They just came up with a track this week.
But 6ix9ine made him hot, though. Let's be honest. Keep it real.
He might have been popping in his own places. You know what I mean?
Nah. Let's just keep it. I mean, as much as I want to be talking about those snitches in the streets, but 6ix9ine made him hot, man. Let's be honest.
What? 6ix9ine what?
6ix9ine made that Spanish. What's his name? Annual.
Yeah.
They had a song together that did like.
I'll do my history. I'll do my Googles and see if it
they did a song together that had like 3 billion views.
Was that because of the video though? Wasn't that because of the video, mate?
Nah, it's just because. Fam, I just think 6ix9ine at the time he had a song with Nicki Minaj that blew up. Then he dropped that joint with Kanye.
That track was shit. The track with Nicki Minaj. Sometimes I feel like these guys are just doing it for the collaboration money. Like really.
Well, you also got to remember 6ix9ine was not lyrically great, and his buzz was based on social media antics. It wasn't based on his music. And then obviously because people fell in love with the whole Scum Gang, Treyway, people just wanted to watch him because of it. It's almost like
just to see what was going to happen next.
Yeah. I thought like with 6ix9ine, it was like, you know, if YouTubers do YouTube stuff and they sell merch.
Yep.
Yeah.
6ix9ine was Instagram star, and his music was his merch. So people bought his shit because they just liked his content.
Oh, that's actually a very good analogy. But...
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? That's literally what
I didn't even think of it like that.
His music ain't great. I would never tell you 6ix9ine is hot. 6ix9ine was trash. But listen, if I heard sipping in the blicky, I was gassed. I don't know why. But it's because
I'm not gonna lie. Well, when he first came out, I was like, "What is this, bro?"
But you also believed his shit because he'll be on the ground, test my gangster, and then he'll make a song and he's talking about testing his gangster, and he never got tested. So you were just like, "Bro, his music is lit, man." Even though it wasn't, it was just lit because you enjoyed his online persona.
Yeah. I feel like even though he was going on like that, test my gangster, no one tested it. I feel like a lot of real rappers were like, shut that little dog up, man. Like,
that's what a lot of them were saying. That's what a lot of
rappers were like, man, they didn't test his gangster because they could saw right through him. You're right, you're not gangster, bro.
I mean, I think they respected his gang more than they respected him because obviously he was affiliated with the Bloods.
Yeah. He was affiliated with some real ones. That's what.
Some real ones, yeah. And if you saw some of the things that went down, like obviously his manager Shadi was shooting up fucking clubs for 6ix9ine. He tried to shoot Chief Keef. Like they were on it. They weren't playing games, so. Obviously, 6ix9ine was paying up nicely. I think it was like 30, 40K here and there. So it's what it is.
Like them security.
But we'll say we're going to the next topic, last topic of the day.
Yeah.
Kanye West is now a billionaire. I don't really think
hit the Billy.
Yeah, I don't really think I need to read much, but obviously, after months of requests, the hip hop superstar shared financial records revealing details about his widely popular Yeezy sneaker empire.
Yes.
And his fixation on outside validation. Funny enough, I'll read this little paragraph. When last we checked in with Kanye West, the hip hop superstar turned footwear magnate was tiptoeing through a parking lot crop circle composed of hundreds of pairs of Yeezy sneakers. I'm not a numbers guy, he explained 10 months ago. To ask me to somehow translate this to numbers is to ask your grandma exactly what the recipe of the cake was. There was only not one number that West cares about, $1 billion, as in dollars, and he cares a lot. Yeezys, man. We gotta talk about Yeezys. I mean, Kanye is a billionaire.
Yep.
We all know it's not for his music. Like, what is it about Kanye? Because I don't get it. I mean, I respect Kanye's music.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of most things he stands for, apart from the fact that black people chose to be slaves. What is it about?
Yeah, but he apologized for that. He apologized for that. He apologized.
No.
Saying that, man.
All right, listen, I'm not letting that go, man.
He apologized. He apologized.
The reason why I bring it up is well because I look at A$AP Rocky. He's decided to kind of cut down on music. He's more about the clothing business and the fashion industry as well.
Yeah.
The fact that Kanye West has made $1 billion through the Yeezy movements and all of his other, was it Pablo, whatever it was called, Life of Pablo, I think the brand was called. Obviously, all of his clothing shit is made him $1 billion. His music obviously counts for it, but a higher percentage is obviously his Yeezy empire and shit.
Yeah.
What is it about Kanye West that makes people go wild for his shit, I guess?
I think because before he was with Adidas, he was with Nike, and then before Nike, he did collaborations with
Reebok.
No, not Reebok. LV.
Louis Vuitton Don. Louis Vuitton Don, innit?
Yeah, so
he went from Nike Adidas stuff. He's gonna say Reebok.
Nah. So a lot of his hype in the sneaker game, because obviously I'm a sneakerhead myself, came from when he had his deal with Nike. So when it was with Nike, he had two sneakers, the Air Yeezy 1 and the Air Yeezy 2. I think the peak was near the end of his contract when he had the you've probably seen these sneakers before. The Air Yeezy 2s, the Red Octobers. So it was the all red joints.
Yeah.
So that
I really wanted
I think that was actually the first ever sneaker that had all red. I think because if I can because after that's when I started seeing like all these other shoe companies coming out with all red.
Yeah, it's true. Because I bought a pair of red after I sold them as well.
I had a pair of I had a pair of Adidas high tops that were all red.
I did it just because I think you're right. I don't think anyone has ever done that before.
Yeah,
and that's why all these replicas and other ones came out. Definitely.
So then, just to put into perspective of how much hype there was around that particular sneaker, because that was the last sneaker he released with Nike before obviously he ended the contract and then went to Adidas. Because it wasn't going to be an in-store release, because if it was an in-store release, there would have been fights, there would have been riots, everything. Because at that same time, that was when this had been happening for a long time. Whenever sneaker companies release Jordans in store, there would be like madness happening.
Yeah.
There'll be like fights breaking out, shootings over the sneakers, all sorts of stuff. So that's when they sort of started shifting it to online releases, and then the whole system of how online releases happen has changed dramatically. So and the turning point was that Red October sneaker. So going back to it, when they released it on the Nike website, within I think it was 33 seconds. It took 33 seconds for all the stock to sell out.
Wow.
Yeah, online, right?
Yeah, online. 33 seconds.
Jeez.
If I can remember correctly. So, so you can understand the magnitude of
I guess
that.
I guess the question I'm asking is why Kanye? Do you think Kim K helped boost
No.
boost his
No.
No,
profile?
because
No.
he was an eccentric individual before Kim K, bro.
Well,
He
let me
was
ask
crazy
Sidra.
way before that, man.
Yo, Sidra, you know Kanye.
Yeah.
Did Kim K for you boost his profile?
No.
No.
Raw, okay. You know
I
about
think
Kanye?
he boosted her profile.
Black, I believe that. I believe that.
Whoa, okay.
Yes, Sidra.
Hey, you know
Yes,
what?
Sidra.
That could. Hey, that's like.
You know why?
That
Do
could
you know
well
why?
be
Do you know why I
facts.
believe? Do you know why I agree with that? Because I've
Okay.
always known about Kanye West, but I've never
Let
knew
me
about
tell
Kim.
you
I
why,
never knew about
I've
Kim.
been watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, from like day one, basically, right?
Yeah,
and
that's what I asked you.
he's never been invited to
I thought you was gonna say something else, bro. But...
he's never been invited to the Met Gala, and remember, the Met Gala is a massive thing in
Massive,
America,
yeah, it's a big
right?
deal,
It's
big deal.
massive, right?
Okay, I
And
didn't think about it.
the first time she got invited to the Met Gala was a +1 to Kanye. After that, even then, she wasn't getting that sort of, attention the way Kanye was, right? However, she even says multiple times that Kanye is the one who's given her the image that she has, right? This fashionista, whatever, like this, and the woman she is now. Before that, she was Paris Hilton's stylist, and who knew about that? Do you know what I mean? No one did.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
She didn't even have her, like, when I look at the way she used to dress before, I'm like, wow, you didn't even dress like, do you know what I mean? It's shameful the way you used to dress. But now looking at her, in one of the episodes, right, Kanye is basically telling her the way she's in France, about to go to the Paris Fashion Week or something, right?
Is that when she got robbed or something?
No, this was
No, this is way before that.
Way after this one, right? She's wearing some low cut stuff, and obviously Kanye is going on this like spiritual journey now, right? At this point,
oh, I remember.
And he's like, oh, I don't want you to wear stuff like that. You're my wife, da da da. And she goes, how can you tell me now? You're the one who's given me the image. You're the one who's built me up to be this woman, this icon.
Iconic,
and now you're trying to take that away from me. So no way in hell do I believe that Kim K is the one who built Kanye. Kanye is the one who built Kim K, to the extent where now, if Kim K is even being invited to, the Met Gala, it's because of Kanye. That's why Kanye can go looking like a tramp while Kim K is the one that's, do you know what I mean? Because he's done this thing for his recognition.
Straight.
You know what I mean? She's the one who's still trying to be recognized. That's why, the whole billionaire, Kanye West becoming a billionaire, right? In an interview, Kylie became a billionaire first, right? And someone asked Kim, right, how do you feel that your sister's a billionaire before you? She goes, well, my husband's almost a billionaire, so does that count? Because technically I'm
That's not even answering the question, though, is
it?
Was it?
Again, she's using Kanye, as a step. Do you know what I mean? To say I'm a billionaire because my husband's a billionaire. You're not a billionaire because your husband. However, I will say Kim Kardashian put her family on the map. Yes, right? She's the one who allowed, right, and gave the opportunity to Kylie Jenner to become a billionaire, because without Kim K, there was no, do you know what I mean? There won't be a brand. So I give that to her. But no, Kanye is the one that helped Kim become something, never the opposite way around.
Definitely, I agree with that 100%. I mean, they were friends way before they even started got married. They were friends. He's been advising her for time behind the scenes. And also, is it like the whole Ray J sex tape? That was her mum who told her to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? And she actually went like asked Kanye West, like, was that a good idea afterwards? It's just crazy how it
met Kanye then. She met Kanye after.
Yeah, afterwards she said, was that a good, do you think that was a good idea for me to do that? And it was like a stupid question to be asked, especially if your mum says do a sex tape to get famous. I don't know. But I agree with you. I agree with you, Sidra.
I'll give one thing to Kris Jenner, though, is that she's put her children on the map. I'll give it. Like she may have made Kim Kardashian do it, but look at them now. They're all living lavish lives. Even the first house was a bit dead compared to the houses that they're owning now, right? They don't need to do anything. Honestly, they're just chilling.
But they were wealthy from before, because you have to remember the original father before he died was O.J. Simpson's lawyer.
Honey. Yeah, and then obviously what's his name? Caitlyn Jenner. Sorry, what's her name? Caitlyn Jenner.
I figured out.
Bruce, like, cool, Bruce.
I was waiting someone to slip up on that for real.
Yeah.
I like Bruce.
Was
Olympic champion, double gold medal champion.
Exactly. Yeah. So she.
Yeah, but the money them times weren't that great, man. I remember that shit back in the 70s,
yeah,
man.
But again, like I said, that
yeah, that's true,
compared to the way they were living, right? They weren't living lavish, right? I'll tell you that they were just living.
They were okay. They were okay.
Yeah, they were probably like at the very lower spectrum of famous. You know what I mean? Like very low. But now they're up.
Now they get wrapped in Paris and shit. They got money. You know what I mean? They become targets in that. They got stupid amount of money now.
So what? Would you? Okay, cool. Interesting.
But by any means,
I mean that's interesting. Kanye put them on. Okay. No,
I agree with that. I agree with that fully. And the thing is, I didn't think it until Sidra said it. I was like, yeah, she's right. You know, 100% fully. I did not know who Kim K was.
Sidra coming with the hot takes. Okay.
Yes, one time.
But you know what's funny? Sharif was not expecting me to come out with that. That's why he asked me.
And that's true as well.
Yeah, because I thought I knew Joe and Deps's answers might be like, but I thought as a Kim K fan, I was expecting the man, Kim K's my team. You know what I'm saying? No, but I think that's interesting.
No, the reason why people won't believe this or whatever, but the honest reason to why I watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians is not even to do with their entertainment, because their entertainment is trash. It's to see how they've built themselves as women from nothing.
That's like an empire,
Yeah, from women from nothing have built themselves to this degree, yeah? They used to work in their own stores. They had one store, do you know what I mean? One store, and they used to work in it. But then I've been seeing over the years they've gone and they've expanded to the extent where they've got other businesses as well now where they're collaborating. And I'll be honest with you, the only person, right, the reason why she's a billionaire, Kylie Jenner, right? The reason why she's a billionaire is because she didn't do what the other girls did, right?
Yeah, she didn't. Yeah,
she didn't get a contract out with another brand that's already got a setup and try and build that way. She made her own brand.
Own one, right? Yeah, definitely.
She literally from scratch made her own brand. That's why when she's made a profit, the profit's gone all directly to her. There's no cut.
There's no middleman. There's no nothing. Straight.
Built it from her own self. Do you know what I mean? That's why one thing I say, Kylie Jenner did the smart thing. These other girls, right, their other sisters, they were taking opportunities from other brands. Even now, if they wanted, they could start their own brand and become a billionaire. But
they've tried that though.
No, they didn't try that. They've never tried that. Yeah, I've literally been watching it from day
one. Kim K came out with an app, didn't she? Or tried to come out with a shit app.
No, that's that app. Yeah, it's the Kim Kardashian app is a spin-off from the other apps like Your Story or this, that, the other, basically, right?
What about the jeans that Chloe was doing? That's apparently hers. She did the whole fucking
TikTok, True, is it True? I can't remember.
What, you mean True Religion?
Huh?
I think you're gonna try to say True Religion.
No, I can't remember what her jeans brand name is, but no, it was a collaboration with another company.
Okay.
Oh, so they all collab. And what makes Kylie so special though? Because she's like bigger than the whole family, bro.
Because she saw an opportunity, right, to capitalize on herself. People were like, "Oh, your lips are like you got your lips done," and she goes, "No, it's not. It's this lip liner and lipstick I use." Then she saw the rage after that, because then girls started getting lip fillers and stuff. So then she was like, hang on a second, why am I giving Mac all my proceedings? Like, why am I giving them bloody attention? Let me make my own.
Yeah, then she came up with the lip kit, yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it started off with that lip kit. Then it started off with the whole collection. Then it started off with, which by the way, yeah, in 2017, I ordered a Kylie Jenner like birthday lip kit thing, right? To this day, I have not received it. Just saying. Their customer service is
Kylie, if you're watching right now, hit us on the email. We want to know what's happening.
Give the girl her things, Kylie.
All right.
Look, it took me, right, 5 months. 5 months, right? December, January, February, March, April, and I kept saying to them, I haven't received it, but we've ordered, but it's on its way, but it's on, no, it's not. Oh, we're sending it out again. Oh, we're sending it. And I was like, either you give me my money back, otherwise I'm gonna blast you on social media. And then within the week, I got my bloody
money back.
Raw. This is chestnut checkers, boy. You have to threaten them to get your things. Wow.
Crazy. Do you think there's any other rappers out there right now who could reach 1 billion? Is there anyone out there that, obviously, I'm probably gonna say Drake, but yeah, anyways.
Yeah,
what, American and UK wise, or like
any rapper, anyone you think can reach 1 billion?
Yeah, Wiley can.
Hey, listen, your brain is this guy just wants me to say something stupid.
Oh snap!
Oh
wow! I said Wiley, you know.
Wiley.
No, but on a serious note. General or just hip hop artists?
Yeah, apart from like Jay-Z and Diddy though. Like, come on, man, I don't want to hear that name.
Of course. I'm trying to think.
It's thinking one though, really.
Yeah.
The thinking one.
I think Drake could if he gets out of his Young Money deal. I mean, he's too connected with Young Money to even make money, because Birdman be snapping that shit up.
Oh yeah, what's with his deal actually? Since you have
he's still signed to Young Money, isn't it?
Yeah. How long was that contract for though?
Yeah, how long was
that? 7 year, 10-year contract. What's that?
I mean, Birdman was smart because he got him to renew I think it was 3 years ago, before Lil Wayne had issues. Because remember, he was signed to. He's basically signed to Wayne. He was basically signed to Wayne.
Yeah.
And he was just staying loyal to Wayne.
Okay.
But then, since that issue, obviously Tiger got out, a couple other artists got out. Nicki Minaj and Drake kind of took an L because they're still there, because there was no, when they got out, there was no issue yet. Yeah. No, sorry, when they re-signed, there was an issue yet. So I don't know how many albums they got.
So when he releases now, he's collecting his royalties, or what's happening?
What?
So when Drake is releasing now, is like what's happening? Like, who's collecting what?
What's in it? Who's collecting? Well, obviously Drake gets most of the money, but obviously he still gives a piece to Young Money and a piece to Interscope, doesn't it?
Okay.
Because obviously Young Money's technically it goes Young Money, Cash Money, Interscope.
Yeah.
You can't forget Cash Money. It's Young Money, Cash Money, Interscope. So
a lot of people.
So what's OVO then? What's OVO?
OVO is his label. Like, see what I'm saying? I'm signed to Super Combo Records, but I created Pirate Ocean Records. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My own thing. You know what I mean?
I'm seeing.
I don't know who's signed to OVO though. He isn't signed to nobody,
OVO is under Republic, which is under UMG.
Okay. Well, either way, I agree with you that Drake will probably be the first to make that amount of money, and I'll say Cardi B as well.
You think Drake can make $1 billion? I don't.
Drake he can.
He has good music, but he doesn't do anything.
But you got to remember endorsements and clothing and everything else.
If he hasn't got anything of his own shit though. OVO, name me one artist.
Exactly, he hasn't signed nobody, has he?
No, but he's had OVO has had collabs with Jordan Brand before, which is like it's the beginnings of whatever he can achieve with OVO. OVO.
This is the problem.
He might change OVO from trying to make money with different artists to just it being like a brand thing. Like, say for instance, with Travis Scott now and Cactus Jack. Actually, I don't know if Cactus Jack is even like a label or whatever, but he's using that. Like, I know it as a brand of where he's now plastering that on like merch, and obviously he's had a collab with Jordan Brand recently as well, which sold out
quickly as well. Quite quick as well.
Yeah.
I've
seen them resale prices. I'm not trying to pay resale price for none of them sneakers. I can't even lie to you, bro. But yeah, he can do something.
Sidra, do you know any?
I have to figure it out, really.
Sidra, do you know anyone from like your scene that you think would make a billion?
None of them.
None of them.
None of them.
Why?
How can any of them, right, from where I watch, right, or what I listen to, any of them make a billion or anything like that when
the money looks
they ain't that recognized?
Yeah, but they don't have to make it in America. They can make it in their respective markets.
Even in their respective,
by a billion.
The majority of them are UK British artists, right? British Asian artists that I listen to.
Yeah.
They're not making it unless they go to Bollywood. Yeah. Unless they're recognized in Bollywood, then they'll be making it. It's the same case as it is here with America. Do you get me? Like, unless you make it there, you're not really making it anywhere. None of them will. They're struggling right now to even get recognized, which is sad. But Jay Sean, what did he do? He went to America. He made 2 hits, and then he couldn't make it anymore, so he came back. Well, he's now living in America trying to do something. And then what did he do a few years later? Like,
you disrespecting him with 2 hits.
The British artist. What did you say?
I said you disrespecting him with 2. He had like a good 4 or 5 hits.
Huh?
Yeah, like 4 or 5 songs.
It was one. It was like 1 or 2 summers, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like
4 or 5 hits. I mean, he had more hits here in Britain, right? When he was over here with the label.
He had Ride It. He had 1 song. What do you mean?
No. I'm talking about within his sort of community. He was big, right? Jay Sean was
Asian.
That's why he thought he could go to America and make it bigger. He did 1, 2 hits there, right?
Cool.
But that's it. He came. Then now he's trying to get back. Do you know what I mean? He had to.
I mean, he's old now, though. He's a veteran. I feel like people like Jay Sean. I look at.
You need to understand what I'm saying is that had he stuck to his industry here, had all of those artists stuck to what they were doing, maybe they could have done something. But they didn't. America, they all started to go outwards. They all started to think, well, like, we're not going to make it here, so we need to think bigger. America, Bollywood, all of that stuff. And they've not made it anywhere other than a few hits there, a few hits there. That's it. But they're not recognized as individual artists. So I know none of them are going to be billionaires. None of them are billionaires. And good luck. I hope they do become billionaires. I hope their stuff becomes so big because I love their stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like one artist that I listen to, right, from a British Asian, he's
what's his name?
His name's Rackstar, right?
I know who he is.
I've been listening to him since day one. I love his stuff. Do you know what I mean? But does the world love his stuff? Nah. Does anyone recognize it? No. But he's been doing it.
He's not even big enough for the scene, man. He's not even.
They all are. That's the thing. They all are, but they're good. Do you know what I mean? Their music's not being recognized. They produce their own music majority of the time. They doing their own lyrics, this, that, the other. In America, they've got other people writing their lyrics, producing their music, stuff like that. These individuals are people that are doing their own things and they're just not getting recognized. So none of them are going to become billionaires, not in that scene anyway. I pray one day they do, or someone hits it on their head and thinks, nah, like we need to actually make the UK scene bigger than what it is or what it can be. Do you know what I mean?
Sorry, just to quickly touch on ghostwriting. That's really upsetting. Do you know what I mean? Do you know how upsetting it is to hear Drake from day one come in? You're like, this guy's a breath of fresh air for hip hop, and then later find out that he don't write his own songs.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That really cuts me up, man. It really cuts me up. So who's the nigga I got to listen to for real then?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, there are, like, artists in America and stuff, like Sia, right? She was writing hits for Beyonce.
Everybody.
Yeah. All of these, exactly. She was doing it, right? But however, I think as soon as she started doing her own thing, I still don't see her as big as them. But
yeah. You know what I mean? It's horrible.
Their songs was mad. So that's why I think until in Britain, here in the UK, until everyone sort of starts saying that we need to make our industry bigger and better, we need to acknowledge our people more.
Our artists first, yeah.
Exactly. Instead of thinking, oh, but you've done this here, but can you make it? You really made it if you go to America. Why don't we start saying that? Why don't we start pushing over here? Do you know what I mean? Why can't?
Don't you think the problem is? Don't you think the problem is that all of these things, like, forget the people that work in the music industry. Yeah, the brands behind them want the biggest people they can get, so they're never going to support the UK because they don't have time to wait. You know, if you got a Travis Scott or if you've got a Tion Wayne, if Travis Scott is in England, you're going to want to interview him before you even care about who Tion Wayne even is.
Yeah, 100%, but that's
just
what I'm
the way
saying.
the game
Our
goes.
entertainment
You need to change that.
It's stupid. Our entertainment business is rubbish. You know, we've got actually, if you think about it, we've got some real good sort of people within the entertainment industry when it comes to TV, right, and stuff like that. Do we utilize them the way America does? You go onto Ellen. Oh my God, you made it big. Why can't we go into
yeah. We don't say, oh, you made it to Graham.
Yeah, but you got to also remember, you got
Jonathan Ross, you know.
you also
Jonathan Ross, you made it, Ruben. No, but honestly, I used to believe that if you were on Graham Norton, you have pretty much made it. Or Jonathan Ross, so you pretty much, to me, you have. You know what I mean?
No, I hear it.
Well, you in a way you kind of have though, because these kind of like daytime shows, late night shows,
relatively, yeah,
they interview all the hottest people. The problem I have, or the thing I've always said about UK rappers, and I always compare it to Americans,
yeah.
In America, obviously there's more money, so people's kind of like position in the music game looks greater than in the UK. But the problem with the UK as well is we're almost too vocal on how much we don't give a fuck about certain things in the industry.
It's true.
So you'll have like a Tion Wayne go and fuck Graham Norton, I don't need that shit. So then when they reach a certain level, that video they're gonna be like, you better keep that same energy, dog, because when you was on Represent Radio and BBC Radio 1 weren't playing you, we ain't gonna want you now. So the problem, and also a thing I've always said is we're not that marketable. Like I've said this for years. Look how Stormzy's image completely changed when he got with Maya Jonathan. Stormzy went from the nigga you knew from South London Peckham to almost looking like he should be on Made in Chelsea. Like you look at Stormzy now, you're like, yeah, you're one of them nigga. You're made in Chelsea, man. You're not made in Peckham anymore. You feel me? Like
I think it goes back to what Sidra said. It goes back to what Sidra says. It's hard to market us because you don't believe in us. Like we're not supporting ourselves. We're not supporting ourselves. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Promotional managers and whatever, like A&R managers, have just said, I don't know how to market you, Debs. Like your lyrics and the way you are, I don't know how to market you.
Can I say something? Yeah, you know, for example, the shows in the UK that have become big, like Top Boy or whatever.
Yep.
Shows like that. Yeah. Why are they big? Like why did they get to the level they did? Do you know why? Because of the the relatability of those shows.
Yeah.
Before
Drake, not the first one, Summer House. Yeah, go back to the first one before Drake knew about Top Boy. Like I just said, we related to it. It was something that we knew was real, and that's how the lingo was. That's how people talked. That's how they shot. That's how you pick up. That's how you know he's a roadman. It was relatable. And we pushed it. It was our program.
Yeah, it was.
But did we?
While people had Coronation Street, I can't relate to Emmerdale. I don't relate to Emmerdale.
That's what I'm saying.
When I look out my window, I ain't no fields there. There ain't no horses there, bro. I can't relate to Coronation Street.
We hold those shows as representations of us. Yeah, this is our background. This is who we are. This is where we've come from. Right.
EastEnders.
That's That's where it stops, yeah?
Yeah, but don't you think it's interesting how we would have so many black shows? I can name you a few. We've had a few, maybe two. Actually, I'll name you three. We've had Youngers, we've had Top Boy,
Yeah.
and then we had that hood documentary shit, yeah? Like, isn't it funny how none of them last more than like a season and they just get capped? Top Boy only exists because Drake brought it back. Let's just talk fact. The UK didn't want it. Nobody else wanted it.
Yeah, but let's say facts. We didn't need Drake to bring it back though, did we?
He did because he put money in it. He's an executive producer.
You telling me Dizzy Rascal ain't got money? You tell me Wiley ain't got money? You tell me Stormzy ain't got money?
They really
might not have Drake money. Not individually, but collectively they could have done
collectively,
something.
Yeah,
but they didn't.
Were they willing to do
it? They didn't.
They didn't though. They didn't.
Yeah,
though.
but what
they
about,
didn't.
look,
though.
okay,
They
forget,
didn't. That's the problem. They didn't.
Top Boy. But what about like Brotherhood, Another Hood, like all those?
Well, that shit was. I mean, Kiddohood was lit. Yeah.
You pagan. You see what I mean? That shit was whack.
Hey, that was kind of strong too.
Tell it with his chest. Tell it with his chest.
Yeah, I know, man.
Listen.
Yeah, having a look at my point here, Sharif. Yeah.
Kiddohood was a good. Listen,
like
one thing I
look at our stuff, yeah, and say, right, it's trash though. You won't think about now. You know what? It's my people that have made it, right?
Yeah.
You won't think
but
about
but you can't just be like, yeah, my people made it, I'm gonna love. Listen, you gotta look. The problem is, you gotta look at the.
It's our people made it. Doesn't matter how crap it is, they're advertising it everywhere. Our people made it.
Yeah, but our people didn't make it though, because listen, let me give you some facts here. Attack the Block, great movie. Only one person out of the whole group made it. Facts. Paige Keiki, if you care about her music, but that's it. Everybody else, I can tell you because I know somebody who's in the movie, and I know a lot of people from the movie. They're still living normal lives. Another Hood. Apart from maybe like one, you ain't seen Jazzy for 10 years, blood. So let's just say Another Hood didn't help nobody out, fam. No one's really chilling from that movie.
On YouTube.
Not anymore. I haven't seen Jazzy for years.
He is. He's on YouTube, and he's
but
my point is that
like
my point being with that was that we're not trying to make our entertainment business anything more than what it is, which is it is what it is, right? If you go to America, then you've made it, and then you can talk to me.
You got to also remember as well, yeah, in America, people put more money into this kind of like relatable content. If we're talking like hood shit, yeah.
Ooh,
because
yeah.
If you look at something like a Brotherhood,
our celebrities, what are they doing to put money in? Their celebrities are doing all sorts of stuff. Do you know what I mean? They're investing into it. We've got no investment. That's why when it comes to money and big productions, we can't do it because there's no investment there. Why? Because everyone's going and investing in America.
No supporting our own team.
Hold on. Idris Elba did his own movie that came out last year. Don't respect
Yachty. Yeah.
That was a good movie. It
was a bad film, yeah.
You gotta remember,
has he done anything else other than that?
Prior to that, did he do something? Did he do that African series as well? He did that series with the African parents and that.
This is my point, that there's no investment where there should be investment, and that's all I'm saying is that.
Yeah, but is there a demand for a Brotherhood type of content? You got to also remember as well.
I'm not talking about
Blue Story came out.
I'm not talking about just that genre. Right? Yeah. I'm talking about I'm talking bigger than that. I'm just giving that as an example.
I think what it boils down to is what Sidra's saying is that we just don't support our shit. We don't. We really don't. It don't matter what genre it is, whether it's about the streets or it's about Renaissance art or period or whatever it is. We do not support our shit. Like we do not back our films, our ideas or anything.
Even the comedians here in the UK, they're all having to go to America to make it big. But you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. When I look at the comedians here within the UK, I think, right, you mans are funny. You go to America and they're struggling to make it over there. So why are we not giving that same energy to our comedians here in the UK that we do to the American comedians? You know what I mean?
It's not just about
genre. It's the entertainment industry in general.
And it's also you can only go so far within a small market like we have here in the UK as well. So it's like
I don't even think it's that. I think it's a narrative. Harry Potter was so lit because everybody thought it was lit. So then you automatically wanted to watch it. You got to look at the narrative.
Harry Potter was
Fast and Furious was
a British book, right? A British writer, and who decided to capitalize on that? The Americans, Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers, exactly. Yeah, they do it.
Well, actually, you got to say J.K. Rowling just got. If you actually listen to how that thing happened, J.K. Rowling just got a better deal from America. She had the whole of the UK wanted it as well.
Well, instead of a better deal,
she had deals.
Exactly. Had she taken the support, right?
Listen, man.
Would they have done a better?
She followed the money, man.
Would have done a better job in it.
Would they have, like, you also have to think about it. Would they have really done? Because obviously you have a reputable company. If Warner Brothers came to you and then you have these like
I can understand JK. I can understand JK speaking like Warner Brothers got that Warner Brothers money, and if I invest with them,
because you also have to think about it. Like I've been writing these books, you know, when I didn't have lights or anything. Like I'm trying to get a guaranteed thing. You know what I mean? So
that's what I'm saying. Why don't we have that sort of reputation or that sort of like massive market here in the UK?
I guess because we don't have the leverage to do that. We don't have enough leverage.
You got to remember the flop rate in the UK is high, lad. There's not a lot of success rate in movies.
It rolls back to again what you say over here in the UK. We have this attitude of like I don't give a shit. I don't care. We don't.
Yeah, but I don't even think that's a movies thing. I think the budget and the narrative that's been built around UK movies specifically. If you talk to most people, they say there's no budget and it looks shit, and then they compare it to America and they go, "Why does that shit always look way better than us?" That's the narrative. That's the narrative that's been built.
Yeah.
So we've been running with that since almost the 90s. We still say that shit in 2020. We still go. Every TV show or movie doesn't look like America.
Is it not food for thought about our future? How can we?
No, but it's because we still analyze America. We don't care about our own content. We compare ourselves to another continent. We don't care about our specific content. It's almost like when you're in Africa and you just analyze Europe. You're like, oh my god, I want to live in Europe. You get what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
We're still
until that changes, we're gonna be stuck in a circle, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're making drill music, and you got Freda going, "No, Americans pay us no homage. If they come to them, they're gonna fuck them all up." And it's like, bruh, like, listen, you're making money, bro. Just be happy, man.
Who said that? Fredo said that.
Yeah. He's gonna punch up any artist that pulls up, any American artist that comes down on set because they ain't paying no homage.
He's gonna punch them up. He is.
Yeah,
have you seen him? Yeah, we all see what Fredo looks like. Yeah. Alright, cool.
That skinny light skin dog.
Hey Fredo, if you're listening, I didn't say that. You know, I don't no smoke. You know what I mean?
Fredo, if you're listening, I said that, innit?
What?
I said that, innit? Listen, I said that, innit? Like, let's be real, innit? Like, fuck them. We ain't got time for that shit. Do you, homie? He hit me about you're gonna punch some Americans. Americans don't even punch. They don't even punch no more. So you stay there with that rubber stupidness there. Don't worry about them. They already said that they invented drill, so boy, you know what I mean? Stay there.
It's true, fam. Nah, but shout out to the UK scene though. I think we just gotta stop analysing overseas, man.
Yeah.
Because
it's been programmed. It's been programmed from such a young age, man, that we just compare it. Everything's always comparison to them, and the fact that even little things like the smallest thing, like a pack of Skittles. You'd be like, Skittles. You'd be like, in America, they've got 5 different flavors.
Yeah.
Do you know
Fanta, all this other stuff. Yeah. McDonald's.
That's to do with the government's healthy policy, though, isn't it? They put in place.
It's true. It's true. Because our government care more about what we take into our system than a lot of countries
in America. That's why in America it's high in obesity and stuff, and I give that to our government. Do you know what I mean? Yep. In schools, the kids aren't eating the trash they're eating over there, so I give it to over here. Health is more, you know.
Well, we live in Europe. It's all about, like, listen, I remember when I was watching a particular YouTuber, and he came into Europe, and he said, in Europe, people actually dress smart. They try to look good. Gym is almost like a thing. In America, Most of your favorite people don't really go gym like that. Don't really do none of that shit unless they have to for like a movie and that. But in the UK, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like if you don't go gym, you're like, oh,
even that, hang on a second,
you don't pay for gym.
That,
Swear down.
It's almost an automatic question, like, oh, where do you go gym? It's not even like, if you go gym, where do you go gym?
Literally, we've in Europe has installed a healthy lifestyle, which I found interesting when I was watching this YouTuber, because he then started buying like this boot shoes, skinny jeans, like the liquid blazer shirt. That's a thing here.
Jeez.
Like, but in America, it's not about that. Unless you're going to some fucking red carpet event, they don't give a fuck about dressing up. But for some reason, we be dressing up to the corner shop, like.
Yeah.
I think we pride ourselves on presentation a lot.
Yeah. Well, we're a judgmental nation, so.
Yeah.
It's all about judging his books by his cover, around these.
It's true.
That's true. Yeah.
So, what topic was we even on? Cardi West being a billionaire. Fucking
How did we get all the way here? Like, what the heck?
I don't know. But I guess to conclude, because I know it's gonna take.
Oh, because the last question was, who else do you think would be a billionaire? And then we started industries in different countries.
Yeah. I guess to conclude on this conversation, don't forget to get Depsoul's EP as well whilst we wait.
Link is in my bio. It's on all major platforms. Check it out. Get back to me. Tell me what you think of it, man. I want to know what feedback.
Yeah, I'm going to add his social medias as well to the description on YouTube. And if Joe remembers, he'll add it on Spotify when I bullshit.
Oh, thanks a lot, Joe. Love Joe.
So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Depsoul, anything you want to shout out, your social medias, all of that shit.
Yes, my social media, Instagram, Depsoul_the_pirate. You get me? I've just started up my Twitter again. I turned it off years ago. I've turned it back on again. I think last time I had Twitter was 2015. I've turned it on now. It's Depsoul official. And that's pretty much it. Supercomborecords.com for more information there. Got merchandise coming out. I've got merchandise out now, which I shouldn't really laugh, but I had merchandise flying out way before, and then the coronavirus hit, and now the merchandise has increased because they're masks, they're facial masks, isn't it? And I had these masks way before corona. I had these masks as merchandise way before corona came out. I had these masks. I was wearing this video. Wearing a video of my own mask, and then the corona victim. But I've been making sales, boy. But like, not for the same reason.
Okay. All right.
But look out for more clothing coming out as well, man. More clothing coming out. Yeah, definitely. And look out for a new track with me and a certain man in this place right now. You get me?
Hey, coming soon, cuz.
Yeah.
I almost forgot about that.
Kicking off. Huh?
I almost forgot about that. Yeah.
We got potentially 2 songs. I know you sent me one, and you're gonna.
I've written another one as well. Yeah, 2 songs for me and Firahs coming up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
So Jeremy, you gotta get your cameras ready, the music videos and that.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. I'm not doing anything, so you know what I mean. Anything to do right now.
You're in a rave right now. Saying I do that, man. Up in the club right now.
Listen, man, we popping bottles.
Shout out to everyone that's tuned in. Thank you to Depsoul for coming through. Thank you to Sidra for coming through.
Thank you for Joe's Wi-Fi not breaking up this time.
I had to switch phones. My phone's died. This one's dying.
What, you switch phones? I haven't even clocked. That is legendary. But thank you, Dex, for coming.
It's been an honor, man. A pleasure. Definitely a pleasure.
We'll get you back on again for sure. We'll get you back on for sure.
I'll definitely be doing that. Yeah, man. Honor and a pleasure. Definitely.
Yeah, man.
All right, peace, dog.
Bless, love, bless.
All right. Yeah, man.
So what's the squad?
How long have you been on for?
I see Sidra sipping on that water.
You know what?
Ramadan ain't happening today.
Oh, Sidra, is that you?